Darn it. Welcome to another episode of
Nerd Out.
I am Randy. You are Brian.
This is the best figure I've seen.
Yeah, isn't that great?
So
Isn't that great?
Holy
That was great.
Smoke.
Not as classy as your haircut, man. I
Oh,
really
thanks,
I really
man.
do. I
Thank
like
you.
it.
I
I think it's very
appreciate that.
clean. It's very
Had to let it go.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
I tried growing it. It's not a young man anymore.
It's amazing what a good haircut can
Yep.
do. It'll
I agree.
It's great.
Yeah. Helps you get dates too.
I bet.
Yeah.
I bet. Yeah, I'm holding on to what I have. So, you know.
You're married.
Yeah, it's
you're
true.
married,
That's
you know?
true, but I still like value the hair. The
I
hair
hear
is
you.
important.
I hear you, man.
But
Get it? I hear you.
yeah,
Comedians.
That's
Yeah.
why we're making the big bucks.
Yep. Yep.
We got a lot here. I think probably the most substantial is the He-Man, those William Stout He-Mans. It's a little bit old news now, but
William Stout.
yeah,
What's
that was the designer. So
Okay. I gotta complain to the designer.
okay.
You want to keep like introducing it?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah,
So
go.
we've got a lot to cover, but William Stout was the I believe the costume designer for the Masters of the Universe movie, the 1980s movie, and I actually like the movie, but it's a pretty bad movie. Like,
Well,
objectively.
it got screwed over in development. They
Right.
cut the budget in half because what was it?
Canon Films? Was it a Canon?
It was a
Films?
Canon film, but it got put on the budget of some other movie like Cyborg.
Right.
I forget the story, but it's interesting.
It
But
is. There's a documentary I think
Yeah.
on Amazon or
The
something, the Canon Films.
one?
You should
Yeah,
definitely
it's awesome.
You should definitely watch it. But regardless of that, I thought that like the fact that it took place in Earth
This was like
was a real
Yeah,
bad idea.
yeah.
And also,
cheaped out.
instead of using the bevy of cool looking Master of the Universe characters they had, they created new ones like Sorod and Blade, and it was like, look, you've got a whole world of Robotos and Manifaces and Stratos.
Trapjaw.
Trapjaws.
Yeah, Trapjaw would have
Right. Oh my
been
God.
sweet.
And they didn't use them, and it is objectively a bad movie, but I happen to really like it.
I love it. I do too.
Yeah,
Wait.
Courtney Cox and
Cox.
who was the other Tom Paris?
Tom Paris, what's his name?
I don't know,
Robert.
he was in
give me
Star
a minute.
Trek.
I'll come up with.
Yeah,
I
he's
produced that name.
It's a
Something Neil Patrick Harris, but it's not that.
It's not,
but he's got three
yeah,
names. It's a
yeah,
three-name
okay.
kind of dude.
okay.
Yeah,
It is. I really like the costume design.
that's not gonna happen.
So Super 7 released. That's all right. Super
Alright.
7 announced the last four figures. You're gonna get the Skeletor, the He-Man, which I always wanted Dolph
Are
Lundgren
these Super
He-Man.
7?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
I always wanted the Dolph Lundgren He-Man because in the old line they never made it.
Yep.
For whatever reason they made Gwildor, Blade, and Sorod, but they
Never
had
made
no rights.
He-Man.
He-Man and Skeletor.
Maybe it's because it would contradict their own product.
But wouldn't
What?
that? I get that, but wouldn't it have just inspired a whole new generation, or sell a whole bunch of
Probably.
He-Mans and Skeletors?
Well, I think because that movie was supposed to inspire a new generation and basically
It
put a
killed it.
lid on the
Yeah.
coffin.
It killed
You
it.
know, but that he's too muscular.
He is too
Well,
muscular.
he still looks
yeah.
good, but Frank Langella, he's
Yes.
you know,
So that is my one complaint of that.
he's still awesome.
It is awesome. So I ordered. You had to order the four. You had to get.
Yeah.
You had to get He-Man, Skeletor, God Skeletor, and Crag.
I don't know.
We'll go with that.
Yeah, Craig.
And I just wanted He-Man and Skeletor.
Yeah.
So my buddy ordered a set, and so Tommy was able to get me a He-Man and Skeletor as well. And I ordered those, and then when pictures started showing, I realized that I had to go back and get them all. So I went through like Big Bad Toy Store and paid like a $50 premium for Crag and the God Skeletor, the super gold
that was in it for
Skeletor.
2 seconds.
Yeah, but it was a glorious scene.
It was
I
like
watched
Big
it
Trouble in
recently.
Little China
Yeah,
Skeletor.
it was-
Like where they were like, did you? Yeah.
I went back and watched it, and I was like, "Oh, how could I have skipped on that awesome Skeletor?" But I went back and got it, and then I went back and I got Gwildor and Sorod, but I can't find a Blade.
Sorry.
It's alright. They're pretty durable. I couldn't find Blade, so now like I'm on a hunt to get Blade.
Did they do an Evil Lyn?
No, they didn't do Evelyn. They didn't do Man at Arms.
Meg
I thought
Foster figure would be sweet.
who?
Meg Foster.
Oh, is that who that was?
Yeah, she's like weirdo. Not weird. I don't think she always plays like the freaky evil woman.
Okay.
Like
See,
They Live. lady
Oh,
and they live.
okay,
Yeah,
okay.
like shady.
I wish they would have made the like Eternia guard or whatever the guy in the
Yeah, they were
Death
cool.
Star Trooper
They were
guy.
cool. Yeah,
those guys are
I forgot
awesome.
what they. Yeah.
But I got these and like I really love them. I think the He-Man is the best one without a doubt.
He looks like a more proper He-Man in action figure
Yes!
form. Like I always thought he looked so far from like where he came from, but when you see him like that, he actually sort of looks like He-Man.
Yeah, they beefed him up and like he's taller too.
Yep.
Like the Master of the Universe seemed to use that standard buck.
Quadiness, yeah.
Yeah, and it's a little too beefy for me, but that's what He-Man's about, so it's
Yeah.
okay. But you're right, Skeletor doesn't translate as well because it's like.
But do you think that's why they did it, to sort of simulate like how that they're I mean, they're He-Man.
Yes, but
you know?
but you can tell that
He's not.
Dolph is like a whole new body
Yep.
sculpt. It's amazing though. He's got like a little like knife that goes in the pocket thing. He's got the laser blaster. I like this cape actually.
Me too.
I'm usually not a cloth cape guy, but I like it, and I like how the sword, it like goes through here and clips on,
Right on.
and it clips in. Like it's just this is like the final. Super 7's done with He-Man license.
Why is that?
Because Mattel is about to go launch He-Man and try to make some money doing He-Man. So this
That
was their.
sucks. That
Do you
sucks.
think so?
Sort of. They see Super 7 do successful with it, so now they're going to jump. Do you think it'll be as good?
I think Super 7 has ran their course. The classics, and then the Filmation stuff, which doesn't
So
interest
then
me.
what's next?
So
They're going to do something new? Like,
yes, they're
Yeah,
doing that
exactly.
Master Universe Origins collection or whatever, where they're basically for $15, they're basically resculpting the vintage style bodies with more articulation, and they're gonna be like $15. That's a score.
Yeah, that's cheap.
The question is.
But are they still gonna? They're gonna be squatty.
Oh yeah, but they're
Okay.
gonna be super ripped. They're kind of like those wrestling figures. Actually, Nick just got me one. Hold on. This is perfect. I haven't even opened. They're gonna be that body. That's a pretty
not
good
bad.
body, right?
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I mean, for $15 a pop, you know the collectors are going to be into it because it's a very low risk investment.
I mean, is this meant to emulate
Totally.
Master of the Universe?
Yeah, they're
like,
like,
isn't
that amazing?
Sweet. Yeah, that's really crazy.
So it's like wrestling figures meets He-Man. Oh my god.
yeah, that's really cool. Wow, that's like so you can have He-Man take on Ultimate Warrior.
And the wrestling ring.
Who'd win?
Oh, He-Man. They're mystical and magical.
So was the Ultimate Warrior.
The Ultimate Warrior was
I
pretty.
mean,
mystical
like if your
and magical.
kitty is wow.
Yeah, I'm going Master of the
Yeah.
Universe.
All right.
But I guess you could write anything, right?
Yeah.
The wrestling ring is like a Castle Grayskull sculpts and stuff like that on it.
That's tripped
Yeah.
out. That's awesome. I love weird stuff like that.
I do too.
That's
like,
really weird. I love that.
I do too. I think it's an interesting way to mix two.
I didn't
Like
even get that.
what? You
I
didn't
didn't
notice
even get that.
Masters of the WWE.
Is it meant to be Masters here? Yeah, I didn't even know. That's awesome.
I still want to call wrestling WWF.
Yeah,
I'm
me
just never
too.
gonna
We're
get over
old.
it.
We're
We
old.
are old.
Yeah, it's fine.
I think it's going to be a huge success, though. No, let me rephrase that. It's not going to be a huge success, but it's going to be a successful action figure line because action figures
It'll
just
sell the collectors
Yes.
for sure.
collectors,
Oh, God,
and
yeah.
then maybe it'll reach enough kids where they can keep going
Yeah.
for a while. But I think the key is keeping the price point down.
Yeah, $15 is really fair.
It is really fair. Actually, I kind of like this body style. It's pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
So anyways, I got the William Stout figures and I'm ecstatic. I still need a blade if anyone's out there who has one. And yeah, I ended up liking the god. Is that what it is? Like the Emperor's
Thanks.
Skeletor?
Like magic, Skeletor. What happened? What was going on? He had the power of Grayskull for a minute, and he looked like that.
He got the cosmic key.
Got the cosmic key. Yeah.
And the Skeletor comes with the actual
the
film
open-
accurate one.
yeah,
yeah. Well, apparently they didn't have the rights to do a cosmic key
Okay.
until now. What is the deal? They would not give rights to
Who?
this.
Like, who owns the
Mattel.
rights to the
That's a
cosmic
good
key?
question. Who owns the
Like-
rights to
Like a failed, flopped movie that.
Maybe that's what it is. Maybe Canon, whoever owned Canon, held tight on Dolph Lundgren look, but yet they were able to do Gwildor
Wow.
and Sorod and Blade.
I wish I could play it. Remember?
Dude,
It's like
rocked.
an instrument.
It was like a synthesizer.
Yeah, it was. This was 80s at its worst and best.
As best.
Yeah.
Best or worst.
I don't know, man.
Yeah.
I loved it. I loved it
I
when
did
it
too.
was new. I loved it.
I think the costume designs in general were spectacular. Like the set pieces and,
Yep.
and everything, it was spectacular.
It's just they should have used them. Like, instead of having them for 5 minutes, bookending the movie with cool sets, they should have, like, filmed on those sets and said, screw the rib shack.
Right.
Like, my God, that was just bad.
And that was terrible.
It was bad. It was, ouch, bad.
And they replaced the terrible Orko with the terrible Gwildor.
Yeah, that was
It's
consistent.
like going from, like, one bad thing to another. And with no rhyme or reason.
Yeah.
I don't know. But anyways, I'm very excited about those figures. If you didn't get them, you probably missed out. But, like, what? It's done. So, you know, pay.
Do you think they'll be handsome prices?
I do. I think they will. Because this is it. I don't think I think Mattel, maybe they'll do something in that style with these, but they're never going to come out with detailed figures like this. I'm all about it. I'm very happy I got it. They're going to go on my shelf, and they're never going to leave. I think these are ones that, this will be a set that I'll never be able to fully complete, but it doesn't need to go anywhere. Moving on, you didn't even see this. I got that.
I did see them.
Okay,
I want to play them.
check it out. It's the Mep Toys Breetai figure.
Wow.
It's kind of weird. It came out of nowhere. Mep Toys, who I don't know what else they did, decided to do a Breetai figure.
That's it?
That's it.
I mean, it looks good. I mean, he looks so good with the high metal R.
He would
like
look. Do you think he's
Valkyrie?
scaled?
Just about. Yeah, I think he's that's why they probably made him.
I think you're probably
It is
right.
high metal. Wow, this is cool.
Do you think it's a little too underarticulated?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's creepy and weird, but I don't know. I like the sculpt on him a lot.
Yeah. I like the sculpt too. I just feel like it's not like I'm gonna put Breetai in action poses,
Exactly.
but like I think I needed a little bit more movability on the thigh area.
Yeah.
He does come with this cool hands and
No Exodor.
no, but it comes with a little Rick Hunter in a cockpit.
What's that?
Rick Hunter in a
You can
cockpit.
put him in his hand. Oh, you can put him in his hand. Sweet.
It looks like the plastic is like glow in the dark. His hands and his head.
Yeah, it does. It does.
But I think it's just
cool.
them trying to get that unusual skin tone.
Yeah.
I'm always for new Robotech
I
merchandise.
actually like this a lot.
Do you?
Sort of. Yeah, I do.
thought you were gonna crap on it actually.
No, I think he looks really good, and it's like, how much is this? $20?
Yeah, it's good price.
To have a Breetai in your 1/100th scale, I think that's pretty cool.
And then it looks like on the back they're gonna make all of them.
Yeah, I mean, that's sweet. Honestly, that's really cool.
What about comparing it to the good old Matchbox one?
I think he sort of kills the good old Matchbox.
Yeah, but you're also looking at like 40 years right there, 35 years.
I mean, the good old Matchbox is pretty sweet.
It is pretty sweet.
Like, look at those hands.
Oh man, he's chunky.
Yeah, he is. I don't think I've ever touched one of these.
Really?
To be honest, yeah.
They were one of the most like back in the day. Matchbox, you could find Breetai, Rand, sometimes Dana Sterling, and Zor Prime and Korg.
I don't remember Dana Sterling.
Oh,
ever.
Every once in a while you could find a Dana Sterling, but you could never. And Korg, Rand, and Zor Prime were everywhere. And every once in a while you could find Dana Sterling and Rick Hunter.
I never saw any of the good ones as a kid. Like, never saw Scott Bernard.
Yeah.
Until my brother went to Europe and they re-released them. And I had them that way.
I found them at the like it was like I don't know, it's hard to like figure out timeline when you're a kid. But like it felt like it was like 2 or 3 years after the fact. And I felt like I was like
probably the KB.
They were three for like $1.79 or like $3.79 or whatever. And I freaked out. Like I freaked out because I've been dreaming of finding a Max Sterling, Roy Fokker, Scott Bernard, like Rook Bartley, Lunk, like all those guys. You couldn't find them anywhere, and I freaked out. And I remember I forced my brother to buy a couple of them because like I was kind of like too old and like and plus like I didn't really collect them anymore and I couldn't really justify it. So I was like, Dave, check out this Roy Fokker. You want this? And he's like, okay, whatever. But yeah, I think it's pretty decent. But I think I think they could have.
Yeah, the legs are a little like
they just kind of come out of the skirt. Yeah. Like at least they could have done even if he wouldn't have had much movability.
Just a little bit of splayedness.
Yeah, just to feel like I could do it would make me satisfied.
I realized his pants were purple.
Yeah, were they?
I'm gonna take their word for it. I mean,
Was he any different in Robotech than he was in Macross? Or
I don't think so.
he was different in...
Oh, you mean in the movie?
Yeah, he was
way
definitely different, right.
They're way different.
I can't remember which Breetai I like better, looks wise. I think I go with
I
this
think
one.
I think the they're just the TV one is the better because they were really really weird in the movie.
Mhm.
Like almost they look more like Borg.
I'm trying to remember what they look like, but I do like. I know we've had this conversation before, but you prefer the flight suits of the Macross.
Yes, I like the dark flight suits,
and I prefer the tight disco
Yep.
flight suits. Yeah,
which is okay, man.
Right,
It's all right.
right.
You like your pilots like Elvis.
I
you know?
do. The bell bottoms were
Mhm.
kicking. Oh, yeah, that's cool.
Yes.
Again, the Mythic Legions. His name is Purrrplor.
Woo, creative.
That's an
Purrrplor.
awful name,
Yeah,
right?
it's terrible.
That's terrible. But those are great. I'm not going into the Mythic Legions because I think it's going down a rabbit hole that I can't afford.
Mhm.
And
Feels nice though.
it feels great. It's just they're so expensive and they're so like if you don't get it at the moment, you're gonna pay.
What's expensive?
So if you pre-order them, they're like $45.
Oh,
and then that doesn't
wow.
include shipping.
Yeah, that's a lot.
And again, thanks to Tommy for getting those for me. I had the I forgot what the Battle Cat's name was. It's almost as ridiculous as Purrrplor, but not quite. I got that yesterday too.
I really like this.
Yeah, the Dune. It's
Yeah.
great, isn't it?
Yeah, she's great. That's a great figure.
Hasbro's really, really on their game, man. Unbelievable.
I love how the hair is like It's like a different. They have the added on pieces, so they get her like locks right.
Right.
Like it looks really good.
It does look really good, and it's really like. I gotta be honest, like her nice shape is very good too.
Yeah, they got her body.
They got her
'cause
really
she has
nice.
larger arms and stuff like that. She has
She's
a woman's body.
She's
Yeah,
very. They nailed it.
yeah.
I'm very happy with that figure.
I
Hasbro's
like her
killing
ass.
it.
Yeah, I like her ass.
Other little toy news, and then we'll move on to a few other things. I got these the Walmart alien things showing up. Have you seen these?
I have not.
They're like Lanard, the toy company that brings you the corpse.
Oh
Came
my-
out with a series of alien figures.
How is this even? Wow.
It's kind of fantastic, though, isn't it?
Yeah, boy. This is like what the
It's
hell?
like alien.
7 and up. Like
Yeah, for kids.
okay, so you give this to your kid, and then they want to see the movie.
Yes.
Hey, I want to see the movie, Dad.
You know
and
what?
you haven't seen it, so you show your kid a movie. The next
Well,
thing
if you haven't seen Alien, then shame on you, right?
I
I guess you're probably right, though.
I don't know. I mean, now
That's true.
there's parents that missed that.
That's
generally.
true. You're
Like
right.
parents could have a 7-year-old kid, and it's just if they didn't grow up in a nerd family, they could
They never saw
easily not
Alien.
see it.
Well, they could always show them Alien vs Predator, and that's
Yeah.
soft stuff. But
Wow.
I actually really am looking forward to the day that I can show my kids Alien. Like I think
Yeah.
I think
Well, I mean, but the whole thing is, will they be bored or like?
I'm thinking about it. I think it's a terrifying movie.
I think it is too, but you have to go into it with the right attitude and be like, listen, you need to watch it in the dark.
and you got to be patient.
You need to watch it big, and you need to really put yourself in their situation. Like, it takes a while. You really gotta like, what?
Yeah, no, you're right. And this generation is so.
It got better with age. For me,
I love Alien.
Me too.
I like Alien better than Aliens. Not
Yeah,
saying
hell
that,
yeah, me too.
Do you?
Oh
Okay.
God, yeah.
Aliens is a better action movie.
Yeah.
Alien is a better horror movie.
I like horror. Me too, and I like horror more than action.
Do you?
I think so.
That's a good question. I don't know. Because I prefer, like, sci-fi is my genre.
Yeah.
So do I prefer sci-fi action or sci-fi? What would you call it? More?
I say I go horror, sci-fi,
Okay.
and then action probably.
Do you put fantasy in there? Do you like?
Yeah. Oh
fantasy?
God.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go sci-fi, fantasy, action, horror than action, and then suspense is sort of.
I love suspense too.
I think sci-fi. I mean, not. I think sci-fi is definitely. my
Sci-fi
favorite
for me
category.
is hard to separate from fantasy. Sometimes. I mean, I don't.
I
Because
guess-
it overlaps a lot, but like
I guess when I'm thinking of fantasy, I'm thinking like
Conan?
Lord of the Rings, Conan.
I love that
and,
shit.
And again, yes, me too. And
Wait,
going back
but
to
I like sci-fi more.
I do too.
Yeah.
And going back to Masters of the Universe, one of the things so successful about Masters of the Universe is it did mix sci-fi and fantasy.
Yep.
Like it was.
And it did it well.
It did.
Too. It did it well.
I mean, especially the toy line. Like when you first looked at those, and you saw Man at Arms next to He-Man, next to Merman, next to Trapjaw. I mean, it was a good mix.
And like the vehicle, like what was the flying bird?
Oh,
what was it that clapped on Castle Grayskull? And
I can't remember what it's called, but the blue sky sled or
yeah,
something.
Yeah, I think and even like this. Okay, fine, the sky sled. Even like they had like these like Norse Viking looking things that could fly and had control panels. It was cool, man.
No, it was cool.
That was
right.
sweet.
You're
was
right.
sweet. Yeah.
Did you see that they just announced what's his name is gonna play He-Man in the movie? Charlie Hunnam. Charlie Hunnam.
Really? That's awesome.
Is it awesome?
Great. Yeah. I mean,
he's a terrible actor.
Why'd you say he's a great actor?
Yeah, he is a good
You didn't
actor.
like Sons of Anarchy?
I didn't watch Sons of Anarchy. Yeah. But
oh my gosh!
I guess I know him. I liked him in the
Hunnam,
there's
right?
Hunnam. We'll go with
Hunnam.
There's a show I really liked called Undeclared, but it was like
I heard that
it was really good. But then Pacific Rim. Every time I think of Pacific Rim, I think of him, and he was like the main character
in Pacific Rim.
Yeah,
100%.
100%.
I mean, I would have seen Pacific Rim before I knew.
We saw it in the theater together.
Yeah, but that was before I knew who he was.
Okay.
Like, cause.
I don't know that it's his fault that he was bad in it, though. Yeah, he was the main character. He's like,
that?
Yeah.
I need to go back and watch it now.
Maybe.
I love Charlie Hunnam.
Okay.
I mean, he's not the greatest actor ever, but he's playing He-Man. He
How
just needs to work out
he needs
a lot.
To get ripped.
Yeah, but he is ripped. He is ripped. He's just not big.
Okay.
He needs to, like, put on 40 pounds, but he'll do it.
Yeah. We'll see. I think you're right.
His Robin Hood movie sucked. Or was it, no, his King Arthur movie
King Arthur. I actually kind of liked that movie.
Oh, my God. I couldn't do it, and I love Guy Ritchie. Like, Guy Ritchie's awesome, but I don't...
Guy Ritchie's a one-trick pony for me.
Yeah, but his new movie I heard is incredible.
What's his new movie?
I forget the name of it. But he's going back to, like, crazy criminal, like, super action.
That's my point. I think he's a one-trick pony. I think he made... What did he make? Snatch? He made Snatch. And, like, that's it, you know? But I get it. Like, actually, I think the King Arthur or the Robin Hood one.
There was a King Arthur.
Yeah, there was. I think he did both. I think he did a Robin Hood, too.
Maybe.
But
Charlie Hunnam was King Arthur, and he should have been awesome. And I don't know, maybe
it was a bad movie. No, it was a bad movie, but I liked it.
Like he was brought up by hookers or something.
Yeah, that's it. It was bad, but I liked it.
Okay. Should I watch it again? I'll watch it again.
Yeah, watch it. It's you know what it is? It's a Saturday afternoon. I don't really feel like doing anything. I'm gonna sit on the couch. Movie. Yeah, he's gonna play He-Man. That's crazy.
I think that's awesome.
Yeah.
Who's gonna be Tila? They better go back to like the cartoon and the toys.
I don't want to go cartoon. I don't want to see Prince Adam. I think
I don't want Prince Adam either. But I want Tila and I want Duncan and I want I like the aesthetic of the cartoon.
Do you? Yeah, it was alright.
I think so. I mean, I think so. Yeah, actually, because it was a toy. I mean, it was just a toy.
Right. I liked the Frank the fantasy Frank Frazetta style art more, and we've talked about this.
Yeah.
Again,
I do
you can only do so much with the cartoon anyway. So
no Prince Adam at all, even if it's looks totally different.
No, that concept is awful. It's like the Clark Kent Superman idea.
Yeah.
Like it works.
You want He-Man to be around all the time.
I want him to be around all the time.
I think I like that more too.
I
like the movie.
Yes. I want it to be like clearly He-Man is the main character, but I don't want it to be He-Man in the Masters of the Universe. I want it to be Masters of the Universe.
Yeah.
That's what I like. I like clearly He-Man is the most dominant character, but I like when there's enough going on where you can say like, oh, this guy's my favorite guy. Like I don't like when like a show is based on one character and then has all supporting cast. That's why I like G.I. Joe so much. Is you could like clearly Duke was like the leader of the crew, but you could have Shipwreck as your favorite.
Yeah, I wouldn't want a whole movie about He-Man.
Right.
I want an epic story about Eternia and
Skeletor. Skeletor's rise to power brings
and they have to
He-Man
find
and the Masters.
He-Man,
Yeah,
he's like
maybe
a
that.
legend or
There you
something.
go.
Like he's not in it in the beginning. Like you could show it through someone else.
They have to find He-Man.
They gotta find He-Man.
You
save
just
the
wrote
shit.
He-Man and the Masters of the Universe. I'm in.
Yeah,
I'm
we
down.
should do it, man.
I'm down.
Maybe they'll hire us to write it.
Yeah, wouldn't that be great?
Yeah.
What else was there? This is crazy. I'm going to Toy Fair this year.
Yeah, you're talking
I'm
about
doing
it.
it.
Well, it's your job now.
Yes,
You
it's
have
my
to.
job. I'm like
it's your
legit.
responsibility to go to Toy Fair.
I'm super excited. I've
Yep.
actually never been to New York City. Have you? New York City.
Yeah, I don't think
I've never
so.
been
I
there.
honestly, I think I passed through it for a minute.
Yeah, I
when
did
I was
too.
with Magnus.
Oh yeah, I think
Yeah,
I was
you were
with
there.
Yeah, I was
You were there for like a minute.
Right,
Like,
right,
yeah.
right.
I remember
Yeah, I've
this.
never been in the city. I've been in the state, obviously,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm very excited and very overwhelmed too. Because I mean, I'm making appointments with like the different toy companies to see the new products, but like to be honest with you, the thing I'm looking most forward to is the GI Joe Revelations.
That's 6 inches.
Yeah, I'm so excited.
Yeah, that's
I
gonna
can't.
be cool.
I'm super excited for GI Joe. Like,
Maybe you can get a floor sample.
yeah, do they do that at
I
Toy
don't
Fair?
think
Like,
so.
I don't think they're gonna give me a GI Joe floor sample, but do toy companies at Toy Fair they give product samples, right? I want a swag bag, right?
Well, I'm sure they do.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure they do. Yeah.
I'm excited to go. It's like. Do you remember reading Tomart's Action Figure
Yes.
Digest?
Oh, God, yeah.
Yeah, Lee's Action Figure
Yep.
Toy Review.
Yep.
Like, the Toy Fair issue, which
I would create shits to go read those.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, I would have like think of reasons to sit
To
on the
take a
toilet.
dump.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally.
Yep.
And I remember like the Tomart's Toy Fair issue would be 3 issues long.
Yeah, I do remember that.
And it was pre-internet, so you really didn't have any other opportunity
I miss
to see these
paper.
pictures. Yes,
I miss getting my info through a magazine and like
I miss it, but if we went back, I don't think you
we'd
could
lose
handle
it.
Yeah,
We'd be so bored. I couldn't imagine it coming over to look at a magazine.
No.
Like, hey man, like
Dave,
no, I love the internet. But
Dave and I, when the internet was like pretty new, it was Toy Fair, and this was 56K modem stuff. They were revealing the new Star Wars figures on online, and this was included the. Yes.
Waiting for the pictures to download.
It was. I remember waiting to see a picture of Luke Skywalker Endor with the speeder bike, and it took us 45 minutes just to get that picture up. And we would constantly refresh it and look at it, and we'd be like, "Oh!" You'd see like a couple lines.
Oh.
It was crazy. It
I
was
remember
nuts.
when I downloaded the episode 1 trailer. It took me hours.
Hours or days. Like, I mean, that would have taken, hours.
Maybe it was like 8 hours.
Oh my
Now
God.
it was forever. And I remember I had it on my shitty laptop. And like everybody would come over to watch the Star Wars trailer. Like, man, technology.
It is. And now if like there's a movie and like it's got like a 5 seconds like delay on it,
You're
freak
pissed.
out. I'm freaking
What the
out.
hell?
Yeah, I'm freaking out. Oh man, we've taught ourselves to be an impatient people, but at the same time, there are a lot of benefits. But yeah, I mean, Toy Fair. I mean, I think San Diego Comic-Con and Toy Fair were always the two things, but Toy Fair always was my number one.
I want to go to New York Comic-Con one year.
Let's do it.
Yeah, I want to go.
What is New York Comic-Con better than San Diego Comic-Con, or
comic
just
books?
Okay.
Because like the whole thing is San Diego Comic-Con has just
It's a
become
pop
pop culture, and it's like, but New York Comic-Con is still the biggest like comic books. Like
How
comic
much
book artists.
longer will that be before? Because
I don't know.
I mean, I'm not really into the big cons because I don't really want to get people's autograph and stuff. But I like when the companies come and bring their new stuff. Like that's what I'm into.
Yeah.
So I guess this is gonna be. I'm overwhelmed. I can't imagine my attention span. In this huge Javits Center trying to navigate.
Oh my God, you're gonna be shoulder to shoulder.
I'm gonna be crazy.
And like
So I'm very excited about that. What else? What do you have going on? Dune.
Dude looks freaking nuts. Like.
Yeah, what we saw the
30 seconds of not even footage, but just the pictures they've shown. I don't know.
I mean, we've talked about this movie. It's gonna be a box office failure, right? I mean,
I think so. I mean, I don't know.
Could it be a game changer? Like I guess Avatar was a technological game changer, and before that, what was the big like Matrix was a game changer? Could Dune be so groundbreaking that it's a game changer, or is it just not going to connect with people?
Apparently, he filmed the unfilmable.
Really?
Whatever that means. I mean, I don't know what it means, but the people that have seen the footage were mind blown. But I mean, I know that's what everybody always says.
Were they Dune nerds though?
I don't know. I didn't do my due diligence on it, but I trust the guy. I mean,
I
it's
do too.
like I trust the guy that he's going for something nuts. Like they said, the sets are just huge.
You're right. The
like
cast is unbelievable.
You feel like you're in it. The cast is unbelievable. I mean, shit.
I'm excited. I don't think there's a movie I'm more excited for.
I'm very, very, very curious and excited for. I just want a trailer.
I do too.
Like,
I'd take a teaser. Can we talk about Star Wars Underground?
Yeah, man.
Underworld.
Underworld.
Yeah. Underworld. Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm at the shop and I'm like doing something, and then you send this thing over. You send over the
The
link.
Star Wars theory link.
Yeah, and it has a little dude in the corner talking, and like you're like, this is you explained. So Star Wars Underworld is a show that George Lucas
tested in 2010.
Okay.
Talked about it, and I'm telling you, I remember.
It's crazy. You really remember that? Like,
I don't remember hearing Underworld, but I remember George Lucas promising a live-action TV show.
How did this thing not get out for the last
freaking
10 years?
I don't know. And you guys have to check it out and watch the footage.
Yeah. So you sent it to me, and I'm watching it on my phone, and the first thing I thought is, I honestly thought you were messing with me. I thought it was a fan movie, and you were trying to convince me that this was something real. And we were kind of, I think we were getting upset.
It got intense because you're like, it looks amateur. I'm like,
right,
dude, this is as real as it gets.
Right.
Like,
and I'm like, well, I thought it was, I thought you were messing with me. And with that said, I also thought it was pretty amateur. It looked good, but
it looked unfinished. You know what I mean? And it was amateur. I mean, it wasn't meant to be good. It was just meant for proof of concept.
Okay,
but I think
I'm watching it, and the acting seemed bad. And the technology looked good, but it looked like 10-year-old, like what we would, it was
10-year-old,
right. So it's like when you're seeing this now, you're comparing it to like today's standards, and it looked really good, but like the acting, and then I thought the shots were really unusual.
I agree. Yeah, it was just like yeah.
So I did after we exchanged words, and you could tell some testy responses. I watched it again, and it wasn't so bad. But I think it's best that it never got released.
I agree. I mean,
I want to see it. What's out there? How much is out there?
Apparently, from what the leak said, a lot. I can't confirm it. I mean, but hours. I don't know if finished.
Yeah.
Probably hours of dudes on a green screen. I mean, I would love them to do something on it on Disney Plus.
That would be the best.
Like, just put it on Disney Plus, cut something together, and it doesn't even have to count.
That would.
But why not?
Yeah, I mean, if they want to give Star Wars fans some value to Disney Plus, just release it.
And practice for your compositor.
Yeah.
Board,
my mind is blown. My mind is truly blown that was hidden under wraps for the last 10 years.
Yeah, I would have lost my shit if I saw that like around Revenge of the Sith time. Like, like I would have flipped out. Of, what?
Could you even imagine?
I would have begged for more of it.
Yeah. I mean, even 5 years ago, I can't imagine
it's such a huge deal.
How did they hide that for this amount of time? That's crazy.
Who knows, man? I don't know.
Star Wars fans are relentless.
Yeah.
You have to imagine also so many people worked on that. Maybe we're just ignorant
you
to
could see there were 10 guys on the green screen,
easily.
Booming, holding lights. Right. I mean, it was not a small production at all.
No, I mean they had to have hundreds of not hundreds, but they had tons of designers. And it's just, I don't know, maybe information did come out about it, and I just sort of didn't listen.
Coruscant looked sort of good.
It did
it looked not believe. It looked good. They thought it out.
Mm-hmm.
It was like they had a city planned out. Digital. It was You
It
know,
looked almost more Blade Runner-y though than Star Wars.
Yeah.
I do want to see it without a doubt. Like I would
I'd
watch.
love for him to finish it, and like even if it's bad, do it anyway. I'll watch it. Yeah, like if it's Disney Plus anyway, it doesn't have to be good.
No, right.
It's already there. Just make it.
You know what they could do? They could do a documentary on
Why it failed.
Yeah, on
it's
Star
sweet,
Wars
too.
Underworld, and then this way, this is how they could get out all the stuff, and then inform us what happened. That would be great.
Star Wars needs to drop the ego and give us more insight about like they should do the Rogue One, how it would have been different, and do a documentary about it and explain it and let people come up on their own, like let people know.
I think that's great.
Everybody's so curious about it, and like there's apparently the Last Jedi. I mean the Rise of Skywalker. It was 4 hours before they cut it down.
Yeah, did you read the the Trevorrow script got out?
Yeah.
Did you read it?
I didn't read it, but I've heard people talk about it, and the difference is it would have been like Duel of the Fates was the name of it.
Yeah, I saw
sounded good. I mean, parts of it sounded really good, and parts of it sounded like,
Yeah, I saw a picture of the bad guy, and I thought he was not very.
I didn't see that.
He was like a spider creature.
Okay.
But he didn't look that great, but that doesn't mean the story wasn't good. From what I understand, is like some of the story, stuff was good. It's just. I didn't read it, but I think that's also. I would love to have a document, like you said.
Yeah, we got Tarkovsky's Dune.
Yes.
Well, I butchered that.
I don't know how to pronounce it.
But make that about Star Wars. I want to know stuff about it. You know?
Yeah, absolutely. Wow, that was very Canadian. You said about.
I said about it.
Yeah, very good. Yeah, I'd love to see that, but I thought that information was wild. Just that it just got out there. What else is going on? So
okay, Marvel.
Yeah.
Disney Plus or whatever that trailer we just saw for WandaVision.
Okay, wait, let's rewind. What is WandaVision? I don't understand. What is that? I missed that.
Okay, I mean it's WandaVision television show. Nobody knows. It's supposed to be totally the most batshit crazy show ever.
Okay.
But I just want to see her like Scarlet Witch, man.
Yeah, they showed
I
a
thought
picture.
she looked so pretty like that. I gotta be honest, man.
Right.
Like,
well, I mean, it kind of hits that nerve because we're '80s dudes.
Yeah, it hits the nerd thing.
Yeah,
hardcore.
the '80s, Scarlet Witch thing. That's the same actress.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
What was it?
And Paul Bettany.
Okay.
So it's sort of like, it all looks pretty good, and I think that the Winter Soul what's the name of it? Come on.
Winter Soldier?
Yeah, the Winter Soldier, but why can't Falcon Winter Soldier?
Oh,
I
think
think
see
that's
that.
gonna
What's
be
that?
really good.
I didn't even see that. What is it?
Well, it's a show about Falcon and Winter Soldier, and it's got
everything's just going TV then, right?
Yeah, it's got Kurt Russell's son as U.S. agent.
Right, and we talked about Kurt Russell's son after we saw Overlord, and you said Flash Gordon, and I thought that was a home run.
Yep.
Sorry, didn't mean to
I
interrupt,
think he's going to do things. I think he's going to be
big.
Yeah, I think nerd big. He's going to be like nerd big time.
He's either going to be nerd big, or he's going to go the route of what's his name, the guy who played the captain of Firefly. Why can't I think of his name?
Nathan Fillion.
Nathan Fillion, where he's going to be like or Bruce Campbell, where he's like a fan favorite, but just never quite broke through.
I wish he could do just dad. Just be your father.
Yeah.
Because he's a lot like him.
No one could be Kurt Russell.
No one could be, but oh man, Kurt Russell and Once Upon a Time in Hollywood was.
Yeah. I watched that movie again, and I liked it a lot more the second time.
I love that.
Totally. I think Quentin Tarantino movies are something that like you need to watch more than once.
Yeah, I agree. They're hard to take in the first time because they're just.
You don't know what you're really supposed to be watching.
Yeah, I don't know what I'm watching. Like, okay,
Yeah. I liked the Lighthouse. You didn't, right?
No, I did like it. I liked it a lot. I thought it was batshit crazy.
It was,
and I didn't know.
I didn't understand it completely. It's a lot.
Like I didn't get it. I mean, I guess, or I don't think I'm supposed to get it completely, but I didn't think I was gonna like it, and I really did enjoy it.
Does it make you feel more comfortable about Robert Pattinson as Batman? I didn't have any issues with him before.
I didn't really care in the first place,
But it does prove that he has the capability to act.
Oh God, yeah, he did amazing in that movie. But I never really held it against him anyway. It's like, oh, the guy took a trillion-dollar
Right.
paycheck, I'd do it too.
Right. He was a young guy. He did the Twilight movies.
Yeah.
And to be honest with you, I saw the first Twilight. It wasn't all that horrible. I didn't really
Yeah,
like
I had
the
a
concept.
problem with what's her face way more.
Oh,
than
you
him.
don't like her? Yeah, I don't really like her either. What is
I forget her
Carrot Stewart?
Yeah, Kristen Stewart.
Kristen Stewart. She doesn't do much for me, but I do kind of want to see that movie Underwater.
Yeah,
It looks so bad good.
Yeah,
but
it looks terribly
I'm into
good.
it.
Yeah.
Can we talk about one more movie, or is it
Yeah.
gonna cause a fight? We both saw Doctor Sleep.
Yeah, you didn't get that, man. You
So,
must have missed it.
I
loved that movie.
Okay, Doctor Sleep is the sequel to The Shining. I didn't think it was a terrible movie. I think it was a terribly missed opportunity for the studio.
But like, how so? What did you expect? Another family to go back to the Overlook and go nuts again? Or
No. Like, okay, first of all, I didn't read the book, so
Maybe.
I don't know if this is accurate to Stephen King's vision. I just think that the studio, like, all the acting was, the actors were pretty good. The kid actors kind of sucked, but like, I don't want to get hard on kid acting. Like, that's a tough thing.
No, you can get hard on
Okay.
an actor's an actor.
Okay, that's true.
Because I didn't pick up on it. I
Okay.
disagreed on with you a little bit on, because I thought the acting was pretty good.
Yeah. Okay.
But like I said, I don't have kids. I don't know how kids act.
Okay. I just felt like it was a lot of exposition conversation.
Yeah.
My issue with the movie Doctor Sleep, it wasn't like a terrible movie.
Yeah.
It was just that it was such an opportunity for the studio to take a risk on like an art director
Yeah.
and do a really bizarre version of this movie, but instead it was a vanilla Hollywood movie.
But I think he's a pretty good director. I mean, he did Oculus. He did what's that?
Oculus? I think
Great.
Really?
Wow. Yeah, he's done really good movies. A really good horror director.
Really?
He created House on Haunted Hill. No, Hill House. That show.
No.
Damn scary show.
Really?
Good. Yeah, he's done a lot of good stuff.
I felt visually they took all the components, and you sort of cleared it up a little bit. They took all the components, the memorable things about The Shining. And
Yeah.
first of all, I understand there's no way to top Stanley Kubrick's Shining.
And that's the point.
It's a masterpiece,
Like,
right?
what worse than that could happen to you? If you think about it, your dad's trying to kill your mom, and you're secluded. Da 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 da. This movie isn't about outdoing it. It's about the result of what that does to somebody.
I didn't have an issue with the story. I just thought that like the style should have been really crazy. Like,
You wanted them more tripped out?
Yes, I wanted to be more tripped out. I wanted to see. I wanted less exposition and more like artsy directing shots, because you're
I
not
like
gonna
the milk and potatoes approach, man. Or
You
the
do.
meat and potatoes.
The
yeah.
best comparison is it's like watching the 2001
Yeah.
Space Odyssey to 2010. It's like the vanilla Hollywood movie of the craziest movie.
But what? You can't follow up a crazy movie with another crazy movie.
Why not, though?
Because then you're just ripping it off.
But I'm not saying that they should have done Doctor Sleep like inspired by Kubrick's style. But like, for example, there's that director, and I'm sorry I don't know his name, but that did Mandy.
Yeah.
I think
Cosmatos.
Yeah,
What's his
Cosmatos.
name? Yeah.
Like, it would be really interesting for them to get a director like that to take the script and interpret it in a really bizarre way. Again, I think the issue is my personal like disappointment that they didn't do something crazy with such a originally crazy masterpiece. I don't know. Does that make sense?
I guess it does. Yeah, it does. But I don't know. I loved that movie. Like,
Okay.
I watched it with a grin on my face. I thought the bad guys were so evil. And I was like, I mean, I don't want to say what I'm about to say because I'm going to sound terrible, but
don't say it then.
but it went really far with some stuff, and I
Okay.
gave it credit for that.
Okay.
Like, they didn't wimp out. I'm not gonna.
Yeah,
there
yeah,
were parts
yeah.
where it was like, turn away,
Yeah.
turn away, and it didn't turn away, and it's like, you know what? Okay, like, I get the point. You did it, and it was like, I enjoyed the shit out of it.
I guess I just hated that like they seem to focus on the most memorable visuals and probably everyone would agree on The Shining were the twins,
Yeah,
the old lady in the bathtub,
yeah,
and the blood coming out of the walls.
yeah.
They kept pushing those three scenes.
But like 2 minutes.
But
At
it was
best.
still
it was like that. Yeah, they reviewed that, but they weren't pushing it. That's what went through his head. I mean, if that happened to you as a kid, and that's what you saw, that would happen. That's like those things happening to him, or the reason this movie's going on.
I mean, that does make sense, but I guess when I was watching it, I felt like they were catering it to that. They were pushing that instead of like creating new visuals and new memorable scenes. It was like, let's take these three components that everyone talked about in the first movie and just throw them in there.
Because I guess the new, like, what took place after the fact wasn't really that supernatural.
Mm-hmm.
When you really think about it, and I can see where you're coming from.
Like, I think you have valid points, but I also thought it was like there was too many people that had this power now. But I guess that was part of the story.
Yeah.
Like, again, maybe I'm criticizing the story too, but I'm also criticizing, like, I just thought that the movie had no like artistic style, and I don't think every movie should be arty, but I think this had an opportunity to be arty. I don't know, but I'm not.
That's what I sort of liked is that it didn't do the
Okay.
whole arty. Like, sometimes I like the arty thing. Like, I
agree.
really liked the Lighthouse.
Mm-hmm.
And there's, well, is that arty?
That was super arty.
Yeah, but why? Just because it's like a square and all up close?
No, I think some of his like the shots that they
old.
chose, and leaving some things open to interpretation.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think this movie left anything open for interpretation. Where, like, The Shining, like, a lot of things were open to, like...
Well,
like,
yeah, because you didn't even know if there were ghosts in The Shining.
Right.
Like you could go either way.
That's
This
right.
said, there's ghosts.
That's right.
Yeah.
I'm not saying you're wrong for liking it. I just felt... I think we had the exact opposite, like, response to it.
Yeah, you wanted it to go one way. Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah, you were comfortable with the way it went. But I don't know, man. I felt so strong about it. And again, I didn't think the movie was horrible. I just felt so strong at the fact that it was a missed opportunity, in my view.
I liked that they didn't try to make another Kubrick film. They didn't try to one-up it.
I agree.
Because when they pull shit like that, I get angry. I'm like, stay in your lane. Stay in your lane. This is a sequel. Follow it up. And be like, that's what I liked about it. It was just a sequel, followed up with the main dude, found out what happened later in his life. And I mean, if you want that movie you're talking about, I'm all about that movie, but don't put a part 2 on it. Just make a movie. You know?
That's the thing is, it was called Dr. Sleep. It had an identity of its own,
But it's a part 2 to a movie.
I guess so, but why does a part 2 have to be?
It doesn't.
Okay.
It totally doesn't. I'm just.
I get it. Oh man, I totally forgot not to jump, but the new Diaclone Tridigger, man. We're just
Tridigger.
Yeah, Tridigger. I love it. Look how the helmet like goes up and down.
Where's the try?
Just like the helmet like has this like thing where you can raise. I love that. I don't know why.
What do you mean like raise it?
Just,
do it.
It's very simple. It's like it covers his eyes, and then you can put his eyes up and down. This is very simple. I just like it. Do you see?
I'm looking at it.
It's like hides his eyes, and then do you see it?
Yeah.
I don't know. I think that's a great one. I really like the Trizer series of the Diaclone. I think it's allowed.
This is a perfect scale.
Yeah, it's a perfect scale. Still a little pricey, but like it's still at a price point where it's like, all right, once in a while I can do it. The problem is that they come out with a lot of repaints, and that's gonna kill me.
Yeah. But
I like it. It's fun and the quality's great. Oh yeah, can we talk about one more thing and then we'll let everyone go? I guess. I would very much like to thank some guys who brought in the Hound masterpiece and the Bumblebee masterpiece.
Did they leave it here?
No.
God damn it.
I want to say mainly Hound.
Yeah.
So we all know that I'm not
Bumblebee's
on page.
Terrible.
Actually, I like the Bumblebee more than I thought I was going to. Yeah, I was surprised.
Feet burnt.
Yeah, I guess maybe I just built up such a low expectation that when I handled it, I thought it was like not as bad as I thought. I did not transform them, but I've said many times that like Masterpiece has gone the way that I don't have an interest in. So I can't criticize the design.
Yeah, because it's just not your thing.
Because it's not my thing. But when I held it in my hand, it felt like a piece of paper. Like, it felt like a Gundam model, like a deluxe Gundam model. Like, I don't know, man. Is it because of the transformation being all panels that fold in and out self?
I think so. I mean, it's like, that's not what we like in our Transformers.
No,
I mean, I don't think anybody likes that. It's like, I don't know.
I was, again, I can't complain about the aesthetic because it's just not my style of aesthetic. But with that said, I thought it looked really good. I heard it looked like a nightmare because it looked like it was
The Hound or the Bumblebee?
the Hound. It looked like
Yeah.
it would break in a.
I thought it looked so cool.
Really?
I don't know why. Like the Hound, like I agree with you on the aesthetic for the most part. But for some reason, the Hound I thought looked neat.
I think it looked great. It just like
But it does look like it's gonna break.
it is.
Well, I heard it
crazy.
does break.
Mm-hmm. It felt like a model kit. Like it truly, like build a Gundam model kit, and it just has that like hollow lightness. It just felt disappointingly unsubstantial. And it's like those things
That's
are
not a good feeling
No.
for something with hundreds of moving parts.
Yeah, hundreds of and then it was I guess they're like $180. Is that no? They're not quite that much.
But
Like
it's
160.
150, right?
Yeah,
That's insane, crazy.
absolutely. And I greatly appreciate the opportunity I had to handle it. And again, it looked physically good. It was just it. I just don't understand what's going on with Takara Tomy and Transformers.
Do you think they're going to be around much longer? I mean, are they selling well?
I don't know. Like that's a good question. Like
$160 for like that's insane.
I mean, look, they still have to get Jazz and Mirage. They have to. And then I'm sure there's a handful of other characters that they got to do, like a Trailbreaker. But like, based on that, like I am so like it officially confirmed my total disinterest in Masterpiece, and I want to see Takara Tomy come out with a high-end Transformers line, but I can't imagine it happening.
Yeah, I mean, not with. I mean, that can't be working out well for them. I mean, because it just seems like the excitement is down. Because I'm still subscribed to all the same like YouTube channels I used to be, and it's not up. It's like there's not as many videos. It just seems like.
Do you think
people are
I think you're right, but
less excited? I don't
too.
know.
It's almost like they had this thing and they just gave it up, and I just don't understand like what direction they're going. I mean, I know that Transformers isn't as popular in Japan, but it's popular enough to like warrant like a good quality. I don't know, man.
They need to nail their demographic better, get a price point that more people like, and just
stick
work.
with it.
Yeah, work within the confines of like,
They had it though, right?
It seemed like they did. Yeah, I mean, when they started, it was perfect. They were a little bit expensive, but so what?
Well,
now they're twice.
Yeah, well, Sideswipe was like $65, $70, and now they're about $150. So they doubled in price. The aesthetic is completely transformed. I think the quality isn't as good. I mean, I know that the third-party market has had a effect on it, but it's just like, what can they do now? Because now if they switch gears again, I don't want to see them switch gears. Like I don't know what
they almost need to just do something new,
different.
Do something new and just release it. And
yeah. I mean, I just wonder if they're finishing up the Masterpiece line just to please that small community, and knowing that it's like, all right, we're gonna have to price a lot and do this, but it's gonna be for a small segment of people.
They need access. They need exclusive access to a license that third party can't get. Like, you know what I mean?
Well, what would that be? Because
say like a new Transformers series.
Okay.
But they have to have access to it, like designs and stuff, before it gets published. So they can make the stuff and third party can't.
So create a whole new
line of.
I agree.
Yeah, I mean that's really, if you want to make something that the third party can't compete with, you have to make something they don't know about.
Right.
Like that's the only way it's going to happen.
I agree with you. The
Which
question
I'm fine with that.
Me too. The
as long as
question
it's
is
good.
The question is, are the general Transformers community going to be interested in anything that's not G1?
If they make it good, if they make it interesting, if they make it.
You think so?
I think if they made it mimic G1, mimic it.
Okay.
But different,
but
the same.
So Siege?
Sort of.
Siege?
Yeah.
Like a high quality Siege?
Yeah, something like that. Or I mean even just all new vehicles.
Vinyl tech all the way for me, man.
Yeah, with today's technology, vinyl tech would be sweet. Would be awesome.
But
yeah.
I would love it. But I remember in the vinyl tech days going on like the TFW forums and people flipping out that certain characters were a certain vehicle.
Well, there'll always be people.
Yeah,
I mean, that's everything. Like, that's just trolling.
You're right.
But, I mean, if they did it right, I think it would sell, but you need to do something that's under $100.
You do.
You can't just fork out $150 for every figure. I mean, it's insane.
I agree. I wish they would do. I wish they would do realistic cars again. And
Yeah.
you know, you can keep some of the aesthetic designs of the characters, but I don't know. That's all I want. I want Binotech or Binotech like. I want
Yep.
realistic cars.
I hear you. That'd be sweet.
I'm losing my voice.
Yeah.
Anything else you got going on?
No, man, I'm good.
All right, cool. Well, Toy Fair's coming up. Maybe we'll do an episode before Toy Fair.
Sweet.
I'm going to try to post pictures and stuff, and then, of course, I'm going to have to talk about it. I wish you could go. Can you go to New York?
I don't know when.
End of February?
I don't think so.
All right.
I don't.
That
think
would be
so.
awesome.
That would be sweet.
So until next time.
Nerd out.